5 inches. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. Good morning. Welcome back to the Automaker Knits. My name is Judy and this is episode 24. It is Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving morning actually, and I'm recording from the dining room. As you can see, we've gotten a lot of snow recently and it's nice and cool in the dining room because it's really freezing outside. I think it's like 5 degrees out. Feels like negative 20 something, so it's really freezing and the wind's blowing, and I thought it was the perfect day to podcast. So I will put all of the places you can find me here, and yeah. Okay, we're going to start with finished objects, and I have 3 finished objects. So the first one is an order for a customer, and this is a mason jar cozy. So you just stick a mason jar in here, and then this keeps it warm if you're drinking something warm, and cold if you're drinking something cold, and then you have a little handle so it prevents it from being broken if you should drop it, and it keeps it cozy. So that's the first one, and that's just from one of my own patterns. The second finished object is over here. These are the Toasty Arm Warmers by Leslie Friend, and Leslie has a blog that I used to follow quite a long time ago called A Friend to Knit With, which is a really nice blog, and she still has it. She just hasn't posted in a while, but she always, many years ago, had this pattern on Ravelry. It's a pay-for pattern, so I won't say too much about it, but it's pretty simple and perfect for keeping your hands warm while you're trying to do other things like type or knit or hold things in your hands. So I really love these. I don't know what yarn I used because I started this several years ago when I didn't really care or keep track of things like ball bands, and so I have no idea, but I think it's a wool blend. It's definitely tweedy, and I used double pointed needles in 4.5 millimeter, and they're in Clover, the brand Clover. yeah, size 7 double pointed needles. And this is what I have left from the yarn. So that was really fun. I'm happy to have that off the needles because it's been on the needles for way too long. Now I can use them, wear them, enjoy them. The third finished object is something that I've been working on for quite some time, and it is a brand new design that I just finished 2 days ago, and it is an asymmetrical shawl. I'm going to show you starting on this end. It has tassel, so it is very textured. I'm not sure if you can make out the texture on this end, but it is a bumpy texture, and then it changes to a different color, and again this is a very textured section, and then the final section is the eyelet section. Oops, there's a string I need to weave in. And then another tassel. There's actually 3 tassels. There's one here as well. It's hard to show you the whole thing, but let me try to put it on. Maybe that'll be easier. I am so happy with the way this came out. It's so warm and cozy and just really pretty. So, yep. There it is. It's so windy outside, you should see how blustery it is. So this is called the Sugar on Snow shawl, and I named it because of the colors reminded me of when I was a child. My parents were from Vermont, and they always made sugar on snow, which is maple syrup cooked, and then you pour it on snow, and it's delicious. So this cream color reminded me of the snow, and this color, which is called cinnamon, reminded me of the maple syrup on the snow. So I thought it was a really fitting name. I used Abundant Earth fiber for, this is all I have left, for the main color. So 2 of the sections are made out of this beautiful 90% merino, 10% target wool from Washington State. And the cream color is a Jaggerspun wool, organic wool from Maine, which is so pretty. And they're both sport weight. This is all I have left of the cream. So I was cutting it close. But I love both of these yarns. They're just so squishy, and especially they're spun. There's a high twist, so they're very bouncy, which I love. So yeah, this pattern is in the hands of the testers right now, and so if there are no issues, I expect to have this pattern out, I want to say December 16th? I can't remember right now. Let's see if I wrote it down. No, I didn't, but it will be in about 3 weeks. I hope to have this released on Ravelry, so yeah, stay tuned. But right now it's keeping me super warm. and I am drinking hot cinnamon sunset tea again, which is really delicious. It is HT Blends makes it. It's become my favorite tea, so it's really good. Okay, so that was it for finished objects. I'm not sure if I said, but it takes 2 skeins of, I used Abundant Earth Fiber Joseph and Annie for the cinnamon color, and then 1 skein of the Jaggerspun in the cream. So works in progress. I showed you the Charlie Poncho in the last episode, and that version was knit up in my naturally hand-dyed yarns. A lot of you have asked if I'm going to be selling a kit for that shawl, and due to the inavailability of the plants that I used, of some of the plants that I used to dye that wool, I will not be offering a kit at this time in the shop. But thank you for asking, and I'm really glad you love that yarn. So when I collaborated with Echoview Fiber Mill on the Charlie Poncho, they offered me a DK weight yarn to make the poncho in. So there will be 2 versions. There will be the sport weight version and the DK weight version. And so they sent me all of the yarn recently, and I've been working away on this version. So obviously it's just a little bit heavier. It won't be quite as long as the sport weight version either. It's going to be a bit shorter, but also a bit wider. So, but the overall design is the same. The color pattern is still striped, but it is different colors, so it is a different stripe pattern. Anyway, I will show you the colors I'm using. It is knit on straight needles. You can also knit it on circular, but I'm using straight. And I'll try to show you what I can of it. So here are, this is the shoulder neck area, and this is the first side of it, and here's where I am. So I don't have a lot more to go on this, but I ran out of yarn, so I'm waiting for the company to send me more of this warbler yellow, it's called, so that I can finish this up and release the pattern, because this pattern has already come back from the test knitters, and we've worked out all the problems, and I'm anxious to get this out to everyone. So here's what's left of the colors. So this one is called Robin's Egg Blue, and this is a pure merino wool. This is called Hedwig. The yellow, which I've run out of, is the Warbler yellow, and this color, which was the main color, which took 2 skeins of what was that called? That is Red Tail. So they're all named after birds, which I think is neat. The actual yarn is Ranger Merino yarn, which is such a nice yarn. It's a 3-ply DK. Actually, I was wrong. It's not 100% merino. It's 10% Rambouillet, so 90% merino. Comes in 200 yard skeins, 100 grams, and it is made in the USA, female-owned company. Fabulous people. So yeah, as soon as that is finished, I plan to get some photos done of it and then release that pattern as well. So I hope you like it. Well, there was one other project that I was working on, and then I think I'm going to frog it. Pretty sure I'm going to frog it. I was starting to design a arm warmer, a pair of arm warmers, using a crazy zobber ball, which I've had in my stash forever. And here's what I've got so far. Just a simple 2 cables up the front, and I was starting to increase for the thumb gusset, but I made a mistake. Not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it was somewhere in this area while I was in Connecticut, and I wasn't really concentrating on what I was doing, and I made a mistake. And then I tried to fix it, and I couldn't, and it just made me want to tear the whole thing apart and start over. I was never really that happy with the 2 cables being so far apart anyway. So this is probably going to be frogged. Here's one of the beautiful progress keepers that Joe made. He made a bunch. I like to include these in my yarn orders when people buy my yarn. So yeah, this will probably become yarn again. Just add it to this beautiful crazy zobber ball, and I will start over because I'm just not 100% happy with it, and you gotta be happy with it. If you don't know much about crazy zobber ball, it's a really beautiful German yarn. There's the tag inside. The color is 2170. I don't see a color name, just a color number. So yeah, and I think that's it for works in progress. This shawl took up so much of my time, and the second poncho as well. So, and I had deadlines to meet, so it makes it harder to work on anything else, but cat's going crazy. Okay, let's move on to, well, as far as dream projects or projects that I'm going to start next, I definitely need to be working on a design for this beautiful yarn that I showed you on the last episode from Harrisville Designs right here in New Hampshire. And this is a beautiful yarn called Highland Worsted, which I have 5 skeins of, in the colorway Straw. And I think this is going to become either a cropped pullover or a cropped cardigan. And I'm not sure which it's going to become yet, but I have to decide today because I really want to cast this on and have this for my traveling project for tomorrow, because we're going back to Connecticut to pick up my youngest, who is here from Maui, Hawaii. So we're going to bring her back up for a few days. She has been in Connecticut spending time with my oldest daughter and her niece, my grandbaby, Charlie. So we'll have her for a few days, then she needs to get back to do some more babysitting and spending time with Charlie, which she's loving. So this is a really nice rustic woolly wool that I am excited to design with and swatch. I have this new way of doing my show notes, which I think is really going to hopefully help keep me more organized and not make it take so long every time I get ready to podcast and prepare. The front is all the places you can find me, which will really help me when I'm adding show notes. And then this first page, I did a template so that I would know what I'm talking about and then write it all in. Over here are some of the questions that the viewers have asked that I plan to answer, and on the back are some problems that viewers were having that with knitting and crocheting and other things crafty that and essential oils as well. A lot of people have questions on making DIY products that are chemical free and safe. So lots of questions on that. So I have these awesome, they're actually pattern keepers from StoreSmart, which they sent me a bunch of free samples, so I've been using these in different ways. Obviously this is one way. I also have one where I keep all of my to-do lists. So this is the to-do list having to do with knitting, and it continues on here. So I have 28 things on my to-do list to do with knitting, and then I have some for essential oils, and on the back is to-do lists on things that I want to design. So I like having them all in this pouch. But they're also great for patterns. So I used to keep my patterns in a regular sleeve, and if they were 2 pages or 8 pages, they would all still be in the sleeve, and then I would just have to take it out to use it. But I like this new system so much better, where I put the pattern in the front, and then if the pattern has more than 1 page or more than 2 pages or more than 3 pages, I can fit it all in this sleeve, and it just makes it so much easier and neater. So I love those. I plan to order more because I'm going to want, I usually have quite a few projects being worked on at a time, so I will definitely need more than the ones that I have so far. Okay. Acquisitions is next, and I have a lot of acquisitions this time. Just have gotten some really wonderful gifts from some really sweet, generous people, and purchased a couple of things, and then have some donations for the podcast, and then a new sponsor. So I want to tell you all about those things. I'm going to take this off so that I can show you one of the things that I'm wearing. Okay. So I am wearing this beautiful Progress Keeper necklace. You may have seen some of these on Instagram or Etsy. They came in this beautiful box with this little piece of lavender, and I will show you. The name of the company is Bed of Roses, and Kathrin is the owner of the company, and she lives in Norway, and she is an amazing designer. Here is her card, and here is her logo. And her aesthetic on Instagram is so gorgeous. You have to go check out her shop if you haven't already. And so she wanted to sponsor the podcast. So along with my beautiful necklace, she sent one identical for one of you. And the only difference, so this one was made specifically custom made for me, and so I asked her to please include things having to do with nature. So there's a leaf, and I also told her one of my favorite colors is gold, and so she sent a lot of things in this beautiful kind of golden color. This is a lava bead for essential oils. Here is an acorn, which of course I'm crazy about, and another, this one has sparkle. I don't know if you could see how sparkly this one is, but it's beautiful. And she also hand stamped this little J for me, which is hard to see, but the Progress Keeper necklace that one of you will be receiving does not have the J stamped on it. So yeah, it's 5 Progress Keepers on this beautiful necklace, which is on this leather string. And it's so handy because now anytime I am knitting or crocheting and I need a Progress Keeper, they're always going to be right here. Very handy and also just beautiful. So thank you so much, Kathrin, for sponsoring this giveaway. This is the one that's going to be for one of you, and I will talk more about the giveaway at the end of the episode. But yeah, I'm just so thrilled with this. And again, Kathrin, thank you so much for being kind enough to sponsor this giveaway. I do advise that you go check out her Progress Keeper necklaces right away. You're just going to fall in love. The next item that I ordered, I ordered on Etsy, is from an amazing little Etsy shop called Little Robin Cottage. Here is her sweet little logo and all of the places that you can find. Lacey is her name, but I highly recommend you check out her Etsy shop. I wanted everything when I went there, but I especially fell in love with this wool pouch made of wool felt. It's washing out as I get closer. It's true to color, like this. It's like a mustard golden color, which is just my favorite color right now. The inside is lined with this beautiful black and white floral print. That's all the way through, and it has this sweet little snap, and I just love her little fabric tag as well that says Little Robin Cottage, and then there's a little robin on the back. Super sweet, and this is so well made, and it's going to be perfect for holding notions, so I just love it. And Lacey was so kind to also include, because she knows that I love acorns, and she loves acorns as well, she included this sweet gold acorn Progress Keeper. Again, there's her logo. Look how sweet. Her packaging was so amazing too. It was so well done. I just love packaging like this. And that wasn't it. She also included some stitch markers and some tea. So thank you so much, Lacey. I love this. Now I'll show you what she has sent for you guys. First of all, she sent 3 More progress keepers. And that sweet little heart. And this origami bird, which I love. And she sent 3 project bags. I know, can you believe it? And you're just gonna love them. I'm actually gonna take out, sorry about the noise, but I'm going to take out, if I can find the opening, each one so you can really get a good look. Okay, I see it now. The first one. Isn't that adorable? I love his tassel so much. So cute. Here's the front, and it's got a beautiful pleated bottom. This is a good size. Look at this too. Isn't that a sweet touch? And so well made. These are nice and thick. This will easily stand up on its own. Really big bottom. Nice and tall. I'd say the perfect size for most projects. Nice and roomy and lined with this pretty white. So that's one. And of course, along with each one comes that little sample of stitch markers and tea. Beautiful. The next one, at this, I love these handles. So this one goes through here, and that way you can just hold it like this with one hand. It also has the pleated bottom, which is so nice. And then inside it has this nice big pocket. Let's see the pocket. So big. And there's the inside print, which is a very pretty blue with dark navy, blue or black even, and white polka dots. Super cute. I really like the design of this one where you can just hold it with one hand and you can knit while you are walking around. Super cute. And you also get this with it. And then the last one I fell instantly in love with because it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So I had to order one myself. And it's already been shipped out. I can't wait till it gets here. But this is going to be the one for the big giveaway that I'm hosting, along with one of these gorgeous necklaces. So get ready. This is so cute. I'm in love with it. Look at that. How sweet is that? These are little hedgehogs knitting. And it has this cute little handle with the gold polka dots. Snaps at the top. And then on the inside, it's got the pleated bottom again. This would be perfect for socks or a small project. And on the inside it has this gold polka dots and this snowflake material on the back. It is so perfect. This would be great for your Christmas Eve cast on. Definitely great for socks. So I highly recommend that you go and check out Little Robin Cottage. I will make sure I put all the places where you can find Lacey shop and go give her some Instagram love as well. Thank you so much again, Lacey. This is one of the most generous prize packages I've ever received. Thank you so much. I will be talking again about the giveaway at the end of this episode, so stay tuned. Next is a gift that I received in the mail on Tuesday when I came back from Connecticut. And this is from a friend, a childhood friend. I've known Mallorie since I was probably, I don't know, 6 or 7. So we still keep in touch, and she loves the guest cottage, and she wanted to find a way to help me decorate it. So she makes these beautiful sun catchers, and she made one that reminded her of me and the fall, and so Joe has agreed to hang it from the cottage. You can't see it, but I can. So that it'll hang from the eaves of the roof, and I think it's gonna look so pretty. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? It's a fall tree. It just is so, so pretty, and I can't wait to see how it catches the light outside. Here is the back of it, which I think looks just as beautiful. And the front. So yeah, I'll definitely show you a picture once it's hung and in its proper home. But thank you, Mallorie. This means so much to me. I love it a lot. And as if that wasn't enough, she included a dream catcher. And she made me a bracelet out of hematite, which was so thoughtful, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Isn't it pretty? Thank you, Mallorie. You're the best. That was fun. I also loved her little card. How cute is that? Reminds me of animal crackers. Okay, what else? Oh goodness, so many goodies. So for my essential oils team, we have a contest that we can enter every month. So I entered October's, and I won. So Natalie, who is a sweetheart from my team, made me this little insert for essential oils. So this is the bag that I normally carry around with me, and it just sets right down in the middle so that I can carry even more oils than I normally do. So that was really sweet. And she also sent me one of the newer products that Young Living has put out. It's the car vent diffuser. So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. This is what it looks like in the package. So you just take out this little diffuser, and you take one of the felt discs. Comes with quite a few different colors. You put a drop of essential oil. Actually, I would put more like 5 drops of essential oils on there, and then you put it inside of this, close it up, and then just insert this into the vent of your car, and you will get to enjoy all the benefits of that oil. So don't pick something that's going to make you relax or sleepy, because you don't want to fall asleep in the car. but maybe something that would invigorate you if you're going on a long car ride, or if you're the passenger and you tend to get stressed as the passenger, you can put it on your side. That might work. Something relaxing like lavender, or there's so many, cedarwood maybe. Frankincense would be a good one. So thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Team Rise and Shine. I really appreciate the goodies and the love. I met up with a new team member. Her name is Jackie. Hi, Jackie. And she is a massage therapist who lives in Connecticut. And so she just signed up for my oily team, and we met up so that I could give her, you know, all the information on training and all the know-how on how to run a successful young living business. So we met up in Connecticut. It was the same weekend that Joe and I went to the New England Fiber Festival, which was held at the Big E grounds in Massachusetts. And did I buy anything? I don't think I bought... Oh, I did buy one thing when I was at the festival, but I'll show you that in a minute. But after the festival, I met up with Jackie at Starbucks, and she is an amazing spinner, yarn spinner, and I believe she just crochets. I'm not sure if she knits, but she might do both. But I know for sure she crochets. I know she spins the most beautiful yarn, and she also makes these wonderful wall hangings. So she surprised me with this gorgeous ball of yarn that she spun by hand. I was so touched by this. I just love the colors. They're my favorites. Blues and browns and even some like greens, like olive green and navy, and I love this turquoise color so much. So she said it was probably enough to make a cowl, so that's what I plan to make with it. I'm so excited. I just think it's gorgeous. Thank you so much, Jackie. It means so much to me. And you can find Jackie's work. I think I wrote it down. Yeah, wildfiberandcraft.com. If you're interested in any of her handspun yarn or her beautiful wall hangings. I'll be sure to put that information down here and in the show notes. Is that everything? Nope. There's more. As I was saying, I picked up a gauge swatch thingy-majiggy when I was at the New England Fiber Festival with Joe a couple of weeks ago. Let me try to find it though. I'm not sure I'll find it right now. I had it out and there it is. I've been wanting one of these for a while. And there was a really nice little mother-daughter shop called 7th Floor Yarn. There's their logo. I can't remember where they're located out of, whether it's New York or New Jersey. I can't remember. But anyway, I picked up one of these handy swatch gauge measures, but this one is nice because it also has the needle gauge on it. And this will be great for swatching. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. I also bought from Etsy a needle minder, which I hadn't even heard of needle minders until I was watching a podcast, and I can't remember who it was talking about needle minders, and I thought, well, that's something I definitely need. So I ordered 2 of them, one for me and then one for my daughter for her birthday. Hers was a pumpkin, And if you don't know what a needle minder is, you just take this really strong magnet, you put the back on your embroidery or your sewing or whatever you're working on, the fabric, and then you put this, mine happens to be an Acorn, you put this front piece on over that, and then your needle will always be within reach and you won't keep losing it like I do. So I thought that was really cute. It says, needles and pins love me. I guess you could say I have a magnetic personality. Love the needle minder. And this one was by a cute little Etsy shop called Designs by Lisa. There's her logo and her name and her information. But yeah, I was really happy. Her shop is called Mixing It Up with DBL, which stands for Designs by Lisa.etsy.com. So I'll be sure to put that name here for you in case you're interested in buying your own needle minder or one for someone that you know is always losing their needles. Like that. See, the needle didn't even fall off even when I dropped it, so it's pretty strong. And I love these little organza bags. They're so cute. This was not something I bought, but Joe just made me this cute little progress keeper because I'm obsessed with this color. This was a necklace and it broke, so I said, hey, can you make me a progress keeper out of it? And he said, sure. So there it is. Is that everything? Oh, it is not. It was also KnitCrate time. My favorite time of the month. So I've already talked about KnitCrate before, but it's a monthly subscription membership kind of club where you can sign up for as many months as you would like, and KnitCrate will send you this sweet little box with, in my case, the subscription that I get is 2 skeins of yarn and 2 patterns. They give you this beautiful book which has the patterns in it and all kinds of other information. I especially love this hat. I think that is so, so pretty. It's called the Twinkle Hat by Sandy Rosner, and it also has the Twinkle Cowl to match, which I think is really beautiful. So I'm definitely interested in that. Also has the Twinkle Mitts. Really cute, which I'm interested in. This particular month also included, so that was 3 patterns, plus it included this pattern called Fruit Ridge, which is a crochet pattern. It's really beautiful. So you get 4 patterns this month, which is such a deal. And then the yarn is always beautiful. This month included some sparkle. I don't know if you'll be able to see the sparkle. And the blue is washing out a bit. It's kind of dark. It's a gorgeous, like a royal blue. It's tonal. But it has Stellina in it, which might just be my first yarn with Stellina. I'm not sure. But I love it so much. And I think it would look beautiful in that hat. I'm sure it's enough for all 3. The mitts, the hat, and the cowl. But I just think the hat is calling my name. Love it. So yeah, KnitCrate is an awesome deal. If you sign up using my code, you can get 20% off your first month, and it helps me out, so I really appreciate it. I will make sure that the link is down here and in the show notes if you would like to sign up for your own KnitCrate. It's kind of like getting having a birthday every month or Christmas every month. So yeah, Really fun. I also got, like I said, this company, StoreSmart, and I have been talking, we've been chatting, and because I just love their products. I don't make any money off their products. I just love them, and I want to share that love with you guys so you guys will know all the things they offer. So when I first ordered their sleeves, I just needed them for organizing my circular needles, which I showed you, but I will show you again. I put them in a white binder because I thought it looked better, but this is how I organize my circular needles, by using one of StoreSmart's cool heavy-duty sleeves, and they have this zipper pouch on the top, so nothing falls out, nothing can come out on its own or poke through, and it's full of them, and then I label the needle size right here. So this is really working out well. I plan to make some other binders as well, but I'm very, very happy with this system so far. And what I didn't know when I ordered those was that StoreSmart sells quite a few items made specifically for knitters. I've already shown you the pattern keepers. They come in different colors. Oh. This is the 4-page plastic pattern keeper, and they are you can get 4 of them for $12, so they're $3 a piece. But I do have a coupon code that I will include here so that you can save some money on your next order if you decide to order these. Again, I don't make any money. I'm not an affiliate. I just love the stuff, so I thought I'd share. So those are really great. They make these yarn swatch binder pages. Let me take out this so you can get a better idea. So yeah, it's the top and the bottom. So you have this little pouch where you can slip in your yarn swatch and your yarn sample over here. And then you could keep all of them in a binder because they have the 3-hole punch on the side. And these run about $1.69 a piece. Then we have the 20 pocket binder page, which has flaps for sewing, quilting. They show it with all of the embroidery floss because there are 20 pouches, 20 pockets here, 4 across, 5 up and down, and so you could hold notions, or I thought the thread was such a great idea. Progress keepers, stitch holders, pretty much anything, and these run $1.99 a piece. And then the more you buy, the cheaper the price gets. But here's one. This one is 9 pockets, so for bigger things, maybe buttons, pretty much anything. And these are $1.99 a piece. Then we have, where's that other one? Oh, right here. These are very exciting. So these are specifically for circular knitting needles. And these are, so they're a smaller pouch, obviously, and you would put them in the binder like this, and they have the zip block here, which is very heavy duty, and then you close them up. So these are specifically for circular needles, so I plan to make a binder for just the circulars, but also this would work really well for crochet hooks as well, and things wouldn't get lost in the big pouches. These are $1.69 a piece. So yeah, they have really great things. They are an all-female owned company out of Rochester, New York. They also have this wonderful charity work they do called Coordinate, which is to help cancer victims and their families learn to knit. So they provide all of the material for either the, and it's done in the hospital, either for the patient themselves or maybe the patient's wife or husband, and they teach them how to knit, give them all the supplies they need and all the support, and I thought that was a wonderful cause, so I wanted to tell you about it. Yeah, thank you so much for the conference call. It was great to get to know more about your company, and I'm just really excited to keep trying out your stuff and letting everyone know how wonderful StoreSmart is. So thank you, StoreSmart. We had a "What's your problem?" question by a viewer, and they asked, is gauge important? Should I swatch? Yes, it's so important. And every time I don't, I regret it. If you swatch, you're going to know whether or not you're going to have enough yarn for that particular project and whether that project is going to fit you. So otherwise it's just a guessing game. So yes, definitely swatch. Take this, knit a section, put this on top of your yarn and simply count how many stitches you have across and how many rows you have down, and write that down, and that's all the information that you'll really need to be successful in garment knitting. You won't you may not need to do a swatch for certain projects, but definitely for anything sized you'll want to do a swatch, so I recommend this. Also, for Ask a Question, the Ask a Question thread, this was by Teresa Moreno. Hi, Teresa. And Teresa said, do you miss working with people, and do you ever get lonely working your own business? If so, how do you handle that part of a home business? So it's pretty hard for me to get lonely. I am an introvert and I kind of love being alone. Doesn't bother me a bit. I don't get bored ever. I always have a million things that I can do. So I think it's probably the perfect setup for me to be working from home in such a remote area. And then when I do feel like I need to see people, I mean, I can just drive to see people and get my fix, and then come back and not see them again for a week or two and be perfectly fine with that. So I do think this works well for me, and it would not work for everyone. There are so many personality types that need to be around people a lot more than I do. I think it's perfect that the setup that Joe and I have, because he definitely doesn't mind being around people. So when we do have people over and guests, that's really fun, especially for him, and I don't mind at all. And then I'm ready to be alone again. So it works out really well. So thank you, Teresa, for the question. I hope that answered your question. So what else? The Fiber Festival of New England was really fun. I'll try to put some footage in here. I didn't get a lot of footage, but it was a good time. Trip to Connecticut was fantastic as well. I spent a week down there, a couple of days before Sarah got there, so I just spent some time with my oldest daughter and my grandbaby. And then once Sarah got there from Hawaii, it was so nice getting to talk with her and chat with her, and her to get to know Charlie, because it was their first time meeting, and it was love at first sight. And then I came back up, and then we're going to head back again tomorrow to go back and get Sarah to bring her up for our Thanksgiving, which will be held on Saturday. And then we'll drive her back down again a couple days after that, so she can do some more babysitting and spend more time with Charlie and Kelly. So that was really fun, though. I have a pattern giveaway to do. So this was based on the Ask a Question thread, and Random Number Generator chose number 2, which is Della Vince. And so congratulations, Della. You have won any pattern in my pattern collection. You can go on to Ravelry to choose the one you'd like, and then let me know. It'd be easiest if you could send me an email at theautumnacorn@yahoo.com and just let me know which pattern you've chosen, and then I will give that to you. So congrats. The question she asked was about the 5 days sweater. She asked if I have a version suitable for fingering, weight, or sock yarn. And I don't. Right now the pattern is only meant for worsted weight. But yeah, I thought that was a great idea, and maybe sometime closer to spring that I could do that and release that in a lighter weight yarn. The 1,000th follower giveaway. So we are almost there, and I know we're going to be there soon, probably this month, but I wanted to start the giveaway now in anticipation of that date. And I thought it would be great if we'll start the contest giveaway as soon as this podcast is released, and then I will draw a winner once we reach 1,000 followers. The prize for this giveaway will be one of these beautiful Progress Keeper necklaces by Bed of Roses. Thank you, Kathrin from Norway. As well as this beautiful project bag, and this beautiful origami swan Progress Keeper, and these stitch markers by Little Robin Cottage. All of this by Little Robin Cottage. And this skein of naturally hand-dyed wool that I dyed up using cochineal. And this is in a 100% Peruvian Highland wool, 274 yards, 100 grams. And like I said, I dyed this with cochineal in a very beautiful pink. So, all of this be able to hold it all probably, but all of this could be yours if you enter the giveaway. So let me tell you how you can do that. Okay, the first thing you'll need to do to enter the giveaway is make sure that you're following this podcast. So go ahead and hit that follow button and hit the little ringer that will give you the notifications for when I release my episodes. So that's important. You also will need to be following Little Robin Cottage on Instagram and Bed of Roses on Instagram, and I'll be sure to put their channels here. You also must like this video and like the post on Instagram once I put it up. The last thing that you'll need to do is comment. So I think what you can comment here on this podcast with, again, anything you want to say, as long as you comment. You can ask me a question, you can tell me something about yourself, you can tell me how long you've been watching the podcast. It's up to you, as long as there is a comment from you, as long as you are following me, and then as long as, yes, and if you do the Instagram giveaway as well, because you can get another entry for that, so you can get an entry for the podcast giveaway, and then you can get an entry for the Instagram, because not everybody does Instagram or likes it. But if you do, you might as well take another chance to win over there by doing those same things, liking the post, making sure you're following all three of us, and make some sort of a comment on the post, and you will be entered. You could be entered up to 2 times. So yeah, and then as soon as I hit 1,000 followers on YouTube, I will draw for the winner of that fantastic prize package. So good luck, and I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope all of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that you have gotten to enjoy your family today, or whatever you do to celebrate. I hope to talk to you soon. I plan to podcast in about 2 weeks, and then yeah, I'll catch you up on everything then. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.